Here we are. Common ground. Second Benny beer of the day. Hopefully it's labelled as a stout.
So this is rapid review number 7.
I missed number 6. I was off doing stuff.
You were busy. You were very busy. But with that, Benny's still not coming out to play.
No.
It's great having a brewer come along. Even if they don't get up on stage, they give me a little bit of info. So what we were just talking about in the main room was the way stouts are made and the way efficiencies are made. So a stout like Guinness is a massive produced beer, and obviously they're looking for efficiency. So one of the things that they've done for a very long time, I believe, is use very, very small amounts of extremely roasted barley. I don't think they're malted at all. When you take barley, it's burnt to a crisp, and it's added to create that dark colour. So they use, I believe, about 3% of their grist is a black product. So I asked Benny how much dark malt he uses to create his stout, and he uses about 15%. What that means is he's making a dark beer as opposed to a pale beer that is in colour dark. Okay. Subtle distinction, but you get flavours from those specialty malts, we call them. We use small amounts of other malts. I don't know how many different malts he uses, but the skill of the brewer sometimes is the way you combine those different coloured malts, different flavoured, to create your finished product.
Well, I'm getting a lot of chicory and coffee, espresso coffee in that. Yep. That's my big thing. Again, it leads me straight towards stout. It's not the searing acidity that we had previously from his lager, so that acidity isn't there. It's actually quite an eminently drinkable little bit stout, actually. And honestly, what's the alcohol? 4.9. Again, I prefer the bigger, heavier, thicker style stouts we talked about, but this is eminently drinkable. In fact, I put this into a similar category to Guinness when it comes to that 4.9% alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, I drink it over a Guinness any day, and I actually always find it quite funny when people talk about Guinness being a really heavy beer. It's actually not heavy at all. Yeah, but it's neither heavy in a viscosity sense or in an alcohol sense. I don't think.
But it's mainly the viscosity,
yeah, and maybe it's the nitrogen. Is it always nitrogen?
Well, yeah, but if you pour the extra stout into a glass, the viscosity is way less. Like it's not as thick.
Well, you wouldn't get the big head on it.
Yeah, you don't get the big head, and it's just like it's not as thick as a draft Guinness or even Guinness in cans.
Yeah. Foreign extra stout is totally different. I think you're up at about 7.2%. They do a foreign one.
I do that.
Yeah, so back in when I lived in London, in the East End of London, because there were lots of people from Nigeria and the Caribbean, the stouts that you could buy would be the stouts that they would have bought when they were living in Nigeria. So the Nigerian stout is 7.2%, and it's totally different. The Caribbean one was Dragon Stout. And again, I as a late teen, early 20s, I used to struggle to drink it. Henry's Food and Wine around the corner from me used to sell Dragon Stout, and that was what the Rastas drank. That was big beer. That was like.
I was going to say, just as a little factoid, Guinness actually appears twice in the 101 Beers to Try Before You Die.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Guinness World
Record. No. Guinness actually turns up twice in that. Once the Guinness in Dublin, and the other one the Guinness in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Which I can understand because I would never drink the water in Nigeria. Although I believe it looks the same colour and consistency as Guinness.
There was a bar I went to when I was in New York, and they claimed to have the freshest Guinness outside of Dublin, and they actually had their kegs airdropped to them once a week.
A lot of
straight from picked up in Dublin, put on a plane, flew straight there.
Sounds more like Furphy.
It was in the Bowery. So a really rich area.
A lot of Guinness, I believe, may not still be the case, but is actually brewed using extract. So they take extract from Dublin. Extract is essentially a dehydrated syrup that you can buy Cooper's extracts in the supermarkets. Okay. They take the extract and they take it to the breweries in, to former colonies and create and make the beer there, but they're using the extract from.
Well, I know that the Guinness in Australia generally is brewed under license.
Yeah.
So And this brings into a whole other...
Why are we talking about Guinness?
Yeah.
Not Benny's beer.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
was going to say, that brings...
My fault.
It does bring in another question of, like, the brew owns a license. Like, why?
Because it's all about brand names, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like maybe one day we'll have a, in several cities in Australia there'll be Maleny Brew under license.
Well, what a good
Good franchise.
franchise.
Good
Yeah,
franchise.
it's really good. Although you have to lose as much money as we do to get
Yes,
that.
that's
That'd
true.
be good.
Yeah.
So, Dan, what do you think of the beer, though? Like, you were saying before that it... Unfortunately, because Benny turned up late, we didn't get to drink his...
It's been in the wrong
Wrong
order,
place,
wrong
spot,
plan.
yeah.
So it's very different to the others that we've just had. A lot more coffee, espresso, as you said.
Yeah.
A lot lighter on the palate again than some of the earlier ones that we've had. Overall, pretty easy going beer.
Yeah. So far, I'm saying I'm really liking the coffee. It's good, though.
Yeah,
But this one
very,
actually does
but
give
that's
it a good
milk,
run.
totally
Yeah.
different, yeah.
But this is giving it a good run. So,
I'm loving the Robust Porter as well.
yeah, the robust sport is lovely.
Bridge Road Robust Porter is a cracker.
Yeah. Well, that's
Okay.
what I expect from like a stout though. Like
Yeah.
coffee, like
Coffee
not
chicken.
as intense. Like as like you get the bigger
I'd like-
stouts like the
I'd
imperial.
like to see that on Nitro to see if we can get it.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Yeah. Actually, that'd be a really good up for a nitro night.
Nitro
Yeah.
nights,
Yeah.
okay?
Get that
Dangerous.
big creamy headset.
Creamy
Like
headset.
Nissans
With
and
all that
stuff.
white moustaches.
How's it?
We'll
How's
call
it?
it
Harley run?
Nitro Circus. We'll have the Vin Diesel night.
It doesn't run.
Doesn't.
Cool. Well, we better get back to it. We'll see you shortly.